31 years I've been asking one question, just one. Will you test the DNA? 31 years, and nobody said yes. There's DNA under that woman's fingernails. Been sitting in a box in a lab in Cleveland since 1994. One test, one swab, that's all it would take. And I'm sitting here, 74 years old, watching my life disappear one day at a time while that box collects dust. My name is Marcus Jerome Williams. I'm 74 years old. I've been in the Ohio State Correctional System for 31 years. The state of Ohio says I killed my neighbor, Patricia Ann Myers, on the night of September 8th, 1994. I used to write on a chalkboard all day, history, American history, world history, AP history. My handwriting was clean. You know, the kind where the kids would say, "Mr. Williams, you should have been a calligrapher." Now look at these hands, can't grip a pen half the time. The arthritis took that. But I can still remember every single second of September 8th, 1994. Because I've replayed that day 11,315 times, once for every morning I woke up in here. You want to understand who I was? I'll tell you who I was. I was nobody special. I was a high school history teacher at East Cleveland High, room 214, second floor, end of the hall, next to the janitor's closet that always smelled like pine cleaner and old mops. I taught there 19 years, AP American History, regular world history, and one semester of civics that nobody wanted to take. I had 130 kids a day, 5 classes, a desk with one wobbly leg that I never fixed because, you know, you get used to things being broken after a while. My wife Denise worked the front desk at St. Luke's Medical Center. We had a son, Andre. He was 12 when they took me, 12 years old. Played saxophone in the school band. Not well, I'm being honest, but he played loud, and he played with his whole chest. That kid put everything into everything he did. We had a house on Oakwood Drive, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, a yard that was too small to mow, but I mowed it every Saturday anyway. Denise used to say I was the only man in Cleveland who could make a 20-foot lawn look like a golf course. I took that as a compliment. She didn't mean it as one. Patricia lived next door, Patricia Myers, and yeah, I know what's in the file. Me and Patricia had a problem. We had a property line issue. Her fence was 6 inches onto my side. I asked her to move it. She said it was her fence and I could go to hell. You know how neighbors get. It was a stupid thing, 6 inches of dirt that neither one of us was gonna plant anything on. But I didn't kill that woman. I didn't kill anybody. I'm a history teacher. I taught kids about the Civil War, about the Constitution, about the Bill of Rights. I taught them that the justice system works. You know what's funny? I still have the lesson plan, somewhere in a box. The American justice system, due process, and the rights of the accused. I taught that lesson 6 days before they arrested me, September 8th, 1994, a Thursday. I remember because it was the first week of school and I had parent-teacher conferences that night. I was wearing a brown corduroy jacket, the one Denise hated. She called it my old man coat, and I was 43 at the time. Khaki pants and a tie with little American flags on it that Andre gave me for Father's Day. That's how clear this is in my head. I left home at 7:15 that morning, same as always. Drove my '89 Buick Century to school, parked in the faculty lot, space 14. You know, they had assigned spaces back then, taught 5 classes. After the last bell, I stayed for conferences. Met with, let me think, the Johnsons about their son Michael's grades, Mrs. Torres about her daughter's transfer credits, and a man named Dale Whitmore who was upset about a textbook fee. After conferences, I went back to my room, room 214. I had a stack of papers, first week essays, what does history mean to you? You know the type. I sat there grading until about 10 p.m., maybe 10:15. Now listen close, because this is the part that matters. 3 people saw me in that building past 8 p.m. Janet Caldwell, AP English, room 212, right across the hall from me. She left around 9:30, knocked on my door, and said goodnight. Carlos Rivera, the custodian, he cleaned my room at 8:45, emptied my trash, and I was sitting right there. And David Chen, the vice principal, he walked the halls at 9:50 doing a security check and saw the light under my door. 3 people, 3. My public defender, a man named Stephen Birch, who had 87 active cases the month of my trial. I know because I counted them in the court records. Stephen Birch never called a single one of those 3 people to testify. 87 cases, 1 man, and mine was number 74 on the list. Patricia was found in her backyard at 11:40 p.m. A neighbor, Dorothy Lanfield, 2 houses down, Dorothy said she saw a tall black man leaving Patricia's yard around 10 p.m. That's it. That's what she said. A tall black man. You want to know something about Dorothy? 2 years after my trial, she was diagnosed with early-onset Alzheimer's. 2 years after, which means at the time she sat in that witness chair and pointed at me, she was already losing her mind. Not a figure of speech. Medically, clinically, losing her mind. And that testimony, a woman who couldn't remember her own address by 1997, that testimony is why I'm sitting here. That was 31 years ago. You know what 31 years feels like when you know you shouldn't be here? It feels like drowning in slow motion. The water rises 1 inch per year and nobody on the shore can hear you. Or maybe they can hear you, they just don't want to get wet. Let me tell you what 31 years costs. Denise held on for 11 years. 11. She came to visitation every Sunday, 45 minutes behind glass with a phone that crackled. She wrote letters to lawyers. She refinanced the house to pay for my first appeal. She told Andre every night, "Your daddy's coming home." Year 12, she stopped coming. I don't blame her. You know how old she was by then? 46. She was 35 when they took me. She spent her entire 30s and half her 40s married to a man behind glass. What kind of life is that? She remarried in 2007, a mechanic named Phil. I heard he's a decent man. I hope so. I hope she got the life she deserved, the life I was supposed to give her. And for what? Andre. Andre was 12 when I went in. He's 43 now. 43. He was a boy and now he's older than I was when they arrested me. He came to see me once in the first year, sat across the glass, held the phone and said, "Dad, when are you coming home?" I said, "Soon, baby, soon." He came less and less. By the time he was 18, he stopped. His mother told me he was angry, not at the system, at me, like it was my fault, like I chose this. I missed him learning to drive. I missed his graduation. I missed his wedding. I found out he got married from a cousin who wrote me a letter 3 months after the ceremony. He has 2 daughters, my granddaughters. I've seen pictures. They look like Denise. And for what? For what? My mother, Alma Williams. She died in 2009. Stroke. She was 81. She came to see me every single month for 15 years. 15 years, that woman took 2 buses from the east side to sit with me for 1 hour. She'd bring me a sandwich. They wouldn't let her bring it in, but she'd bring it anyway, every time. And every time they'd take it at the desk, and every time she'd act surprised. Oh, I forgot about that rule. She didn't forget. She just couldn't stop being my mother. She died on a Tuesday. They told me on a Wednesday. I asked to go to the funeral. Denied. Security risk. My mother died believing I was innocent. And she died without me there to hold her hand. I didn't do this. I didn't do this. And every person I loved paid the price for it. Now let me tell you what the jury never heard. Because my lawyer, 87 cases, remember. My lawyer didn't present any of this. 1. 3 colleagues placed me at East Cleveland High School until at least 9:50 p.m. Patricia was killed between 9:45 and 10:30, according to the coroner. My school is 28 minutes from Oakwood Drive. You do the math. 2. The DNA. There is biological material under Patricia's fingernails. She fought her attacker, scratched him. Whatever is under those nails belongs to the person who killed her. It's been sitting in a Cleveland police evidence locker for 31 years. I have requested testing 11 times. Denied every single time. The state's position? The conviction is solid. Testing is unnecessary. Unnecessary. That's the word they use. You tell me, if that DNA is mine, why won't they test it? If they're so sure I did this, the test proves it. It confirms everything, so test it. And if it ain't mine, then you've had the wrong man in this cell for 31 years, and the right man has been out there living free since 1994. 3. Dorothy Lanfield, the only eyewitness. She said she saw a tall black man, not Marcus Williams, not a man with a brown corduroy jacket and a flag tie, a tall black man. at night, from her kitchen window, in a neighborhood where I was one of 8 black men on the block. 2 years later, Alzheimer's. The woman's brain was already failing when she testified, and nobody, not the prosecution, not my lawyer, nobody, ordered a cognitive evaluation. You know why? Because her testimony was convenient. It pointed at somebody. And in 1994, in East Cleveland, that was enough. Now, they'll tell you about the property line, the fence, the argument Patricia and me had. And yeah, we argued. About 6 inches of dirt and a chain link fence. You know how many neighbors argue about fences in this country? You gonna lock up every one of them? I used to be angry. I was angry for years. Angry at Dorothy, angry at Birch, angry at the judge, the prosecutor, the system, every person who ever looked at that box in Cleveland and decided not to open it. But you know what anger does in a place like this? It eats you from the inside, like rust on iron. You don't see it happening at first. But one day you look in the mirror and the man looking back at you, he ain't the man who walked in. He's somebody else, somebody harder, somebody smaller. I taught history for 19 years. I taught kids that the system works, that due process means something, that evidence matters, that one person can stand up and say this isn't right, and the machinery of justice will correct itself. I don't teach that anymore. I'm 74. My knees are bad, my hands don't work right, my mother is dead, my wife is gone, my son don't talk to me, my granddaughters don't know my name, and I didn't do it. I didn't kill Patricia Myers. I've said it 11,315 times. Once for every morning, and I'll say it 11,216 times tomorrow. But you know what scares me? It ain't dying in here. It ain't the walls, it ain't the food, it ain't the cold. What scares me is that one day I'll stop saying it, and that'll mean they won. Not because they proved I did it, but because they wore me down until I didn't have the strength to say I didn't. I still have the strength, but I can feel it getting lighter every year. Like holding sand, you squeeze and it runs through your fingers no matter what you do. And one day, your hands are empty and you can't remember when the last grain fell.